Hey guys, remember this place? This is the Aish base medrash. Get back here. It's ridiculous that you're wasting your life doing nothing. But you say, I'm not. Fine, another video. Bli neder with the huge B. So the question, probably the biggest challenge that we find, that's a beginning of a sentence that people say about everything. The biggest challenge we find is, but this really is the biggest challenge. It's called Lashon Hara. Being careful. You have to be careful what we say. Who we say things to, what we say about. So the question is, how does a person overcome that? How does one work on being careful how they speak? How does one work on the concept of Lashon Hara? I honestly don't know which camera I'm supposed to look at. There's three of them. So hopefully this is putting it together, but I'm focusing on only one. In any event, probably the rest are like stability or whatever. Okay, so how does one overcome this challenge of Lashon Hara? So the Chafetz Chaim says beautifully, in order to overcome the challenge of Lashon Hara, we'd have to understand where's the makor? Where's it coming from? Why are we speaking Lashon Hara in the first place? The pasuk tells us in this week's parsha, one of them, Parshas Kedoshim, it says, Lo selich rachel ba'amecha. That's Leviticus chapter 19, verse 16. That is, don't have a talebearer going in your midst. Don't speak Lashon Hara. Shkoyach, thank you, Torah. I will now not do it. But I still have a challenge. How? How do I overcome that? Many people like to pull the Achsom Lefi. I will work on not speaking Lashon Hara for 1 hour, and that will build it up. It's a nice idea. It's cute, but I don't think it's going to last. Chafetz Chaim says, you know how to do it? Let's look at the pasuk right before it. What causes a person to speak Lashon Hara? The reason I'm going to speak negatively about someone is because I looked at it as negative. What if I don't look at it as like negative? Then I won't speak Lashon Hara. What pasuk right before it says? Leviticus chapter 19, verse 15, not 16, 15, one pasuk earlier, says the following words at the end of the pasuk. It's a long pasuk. It's not that long, but I'm not going through the whole thing. B'tzedek tishpot tamisecha. With righteousness shall you judge your fellow, which the Gemara explains means judging favorably, giving the benefit of the doubt. How does a person work on not speaking Lashon Hara? Judging them favorably. Says the Chafetz Chaim, B'tzedek tishpot tamisecha, lo selich rachel ba'amecha. If one were to judge favorably, they would not be a talebearer in the midst. So instead of taking an hour to not speak Lashon Hara, let's take an hour a day to try to find the positivity. Look at the good in an area where we may have looked at as a bad, and Be'ez Hashem, that will save us from lo selich rachel ba'amecha. Have a great Shabbos.